Hello, Captain Awesome, and welcome to your Daily Adventure Fest. It's Ainsley here, your life mentor, teacher, and fun addict. So, today I wanted to talk to you about something a little bit serious, and it's specifically about social anxiety. And I wanted to tell you my story of how I overcame it and got my confidence back, got my groove back after years of lots of self-doubt and sabotaging friendships because of my social anxiety and my lack of confidence. So years ago, and this is one snippet of time, but I've moved around a lot. So I've travelled a lot and lived in a lot of different places in Australia and around the world as well. And so obviously everywhere new I go, I have to start fresh. Like I have to get out there and meet people and make friends and whatever. But there was a period in my life where I lacked a lot of confidence because I didn't feel valuable to people. I didn't feel valuable to certain friendships. And, you know, so what I would do to cope with that was get really, really drunk, take too many drugs, and then obviously when you're in that state, your insecurities become magnified and you become too honest and you start acting in a way to get attention and behaving towards people that repel them. And so that's what I was doing, and I was getting quite needy and, just full of self-doubt. I'd go quiet and I was making friends, like I'd have friend groups, but I didn't know how to behave in those friend groups. And so, no one wants to be around the needy, insecure person. It's hard work for other people. And because I knew that about myself and I knew I was behaving in that way, but I didn't know how to stop it. Like I didn't know how to change that. And so here are some handy tips. If this is something that you're going through, and I know some people it's so debilitating that they don't even leave the house, or you're taking medication, or you're just really struggling. Now, when it comes to medication, that should not be your only source of dealing with your problem. Like, I'm sorry, but don't use that as your reason or as your way of coping solely. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to say don't take anything because I don't know your personal situation. But you need to understand that there has to be other things in place that you need to do to improve those skills. The drugs will not improve your social skills, okay, for the long term. They're a short-term fix. And so what happened for me, or what worked for me, and I think age is a big thing, but I also started doing a lot of work on myself and a lot of work on my confidence. It was something that I decided that I'd had enough of. I hit rock bottom so much that I remember being rejected from this friend group where, my behaviour was just erratic and like incongruent. One of the guys hated my guts. He didn't like me at all. I kind of got rejected, kicked out. And then after that, I decided that I needed to be around my tribe. I needed to surround myself with people who were just like me and who understand what it's like. And when I started doing that, it changed. Like I met this great bunch of friends when I was living in Sydney, and I was like, man, I finally met my family, because they were all travellers as well. They'd all travelled and they were all very free spirits and lots of fun and loved a good time. And so I've managed to, as I've gone along and travelled, I've gravitated towards those types of people. But the other thing as well, like even just before, like I came back here to Playa del Carmen because I was travelling and the insecurities came back again. And I was feeling unsure about myself again. And I was feeling like, do people like me? Do these people like me? Or are they just being nice? And this comes from, as a young kid being at school and being in a friend group where one day everyone would hate someone's guts for no reason. Like it was just bitchy and horrible and mean. And that was kind of the environment that I grew up in. And so one thing that I said to myself was that I want to surround myself with people who are just like me. And so if you're really struggling with that, you're probably looking at it too much as the big picture thing, and that's overwhelming. So if you're looking at it like, holy crap, and you're feeling intimidated by a whole range of people, then you're probably looking at it as too much of a big picture. You need to go down to just one person at a time. And also decide, like, what kind of friends do you want? Once you get clear about this, then you'll gravitate in the direction that you need to go to find those people. You will start doing activities that attract those people in. And it takes time. Like, you're not going to tomorrow instantly be confident. Well, you might. If you are, that is amazing. Like, people can change very quickly when they, just by the power of decision. But you have to make a committed decision that you are going to change this area of your life, because otherwise you'll keep staying stuck. The other thing as well is that for as long as you keep focusing on your social anxiety, as long as you keep labeling yourself as socially anxious, as long as you keep pinning yourself down to this identity, then you will never, like, things won't change. You won't have those shifts that you need. So this is about committing to yourself. You know what? Right. What do I need to do first? I need to make friends. I need to find the people that are like me, who will like me because they get me and we understand each other. Like-minded people who maybe have had the same thing, where you can share that kind of story with someone without them feeling like you're being annoying or dragging them down or whatever. The other thing as well is just stop using it as a crutch. Like, stop using your social anxiety as a crutch or an excuse or a story. Like, you have to let go of the label. And this is difficult because people will go to a doctor and get diagnosed with social anxiety, which, you know what, I fucking disagree with. Like, it's not an illness. It's like a lack of social skills. That's what it is, okay? There's nothing in, like, a chemical, well, there is chemicals in your brain because you're creating it based on your thoughts. And that's how you create these thoughts and these feelings, is because of that. It's just a release of chemicals. But it's not something that's out of your control. You're in control. So you need to step up as well. And this is me saying to you, step the fuck up and take control of it instead of letting it control you. It's like depression. It's like anxiety. If you let it control you, it fucking will. Like, it totally will. And so I got to a point in my life where I was like, I am so fucking done with feeling like this and doubting myself all the time. And since I made that change, and it's taken a long time, and it's been like a roller coaster of ups and downs of different situations because I do travel so much. So sometimes I can lose my confidence if I spend too much time in isolation. The more you isolate yourself, the harder it is. So you've got to stop isolating yourself. Just do little things every single day to get yourself out of the house and amongst people. Just make some friends, like one or two friends that you can hang out with and are fun. But also work on your energy as well, because your energy is a biggie. Like, your thoughts, whatever you think, you will create. So your thoughts need to create this energy. What works for me is writing down affirmations every day. Meditation works, exercise works. Anything to get your energy up and feeling good about yourself will work. But you have to keep doing it. You can't just do it a few times and go, oh, it doesn't work. Like, it has to become a daily practice for you. And so that's the message today. Now, if you want me to help you with your social anxiety, I can 100% help you out with getting out of that mindset, getting unstuck from this identity that you've created, and showing you how to create a completely new identity that's a confident you, charismatic you, a popular you, someone that people enjoy spending time with, and turn you into someone who enjoys spending time with other people. So all you need to do is go to my website, hit the contact button, and I'll be in touch, and we'll organise a chat to help you get over your social anxiety and turn you into a confident, sexy beast that you already are. Have a cracking day.